What's going on, guys? Over the last few weeks, I've been using a ton of different gear with my business. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to showcase you some of the standout pieces that I found myself using over and over again. And honestly, they have a insane level of convenience that I just kind of decided to, hey, let's make a video on all of this, and I can really showcase you the value each piece brings and the problems it solved and why it's in my kit. The first thing I want to talk about is something that is kind of insane to me, and is something that I've been using and that I've been talking about previously. That is a light. I have been making videos about different lights and different reasons to buy different lights, but as I've been doing more and more video production work, I've been moving a lot more stuff around. And when it comes to video equipment, I want it to be very convenient. That's something that I have realized about myself, that the things I do are simple, so I need my gear to be really simple. Speaking of simple, this thing is the Molis G300. This is a light. This is it. This is a 300 watt light that boosts up to 500 watts. And it is this. This fits in my carrying case when I'm on set. I don't have to worry about packing an extra box for this thing. When I talk about convenience, this is it. So this light is kind of special because, yeah, it has the battery pack separate from the actual light itself, which creates this insanely convenient setup when I'm on set and I just want to have something that I can take with me or travel with. This has been an insane light. For a 300 watt light that is also bicolor, that has remote functions from the app, that boosts up to 500 watts when I need it to. Dare I say, this is my all-in-one light. I haven't been using any other light recently. I have the small rig 450. I have the GVM 600. I use that for outdoors. I use the small rig for like super bright things, I guess, outdoor. I actually haven't used it in a couple months because this thing exists. This is just enough to where if I'm doing my traditional indoor interviews, this thing is fantastic. And if I need to do some product shots, or if I need to do something to where, hey, I need this thing to boost up to 500 watts, this is perfect. In fact, let me plug it up and show you what I mean. While I'm plugging this up, I'm sure you're wondering why this case is here. This case contains the rest of the things that I want to talk about in this video. Everything in this video is essentially themed around being portable and convenient. That is why this light is a thing. And just like that, it's plugged in. Let's get the actual power cable for it. Okay, you're seeing me in rare form because I left my power cable, so I'm gonna plug it up using my key light here, and boom, this is a 1% look. Let's start to get brighter. Yeah, you kind of see what I mean when it comes to this light being overkill. This light is a 200 watt light that I use to light myself, and this thing is a beast. And if I'm not mistaken, you hold down these two buttons and that is the boost function. Kind of an insane light. So if you are looking for what I've been using recently, it's been this thing. This thing has been an awesome experience. Like, it's got a plastic body, and I want to kind of talk about it for a little bit. It's got a plastic body, and of course not weatherproof because there's holes all over it, but it's metal where it counts. The connectors, the cables are solid. It's been such a great piece of equipment to use because it has the phone app, but I don't really vibe with phone apps. I like to have hard tactile things on set. And once again, it is bicolor, which has been very, very helpful when I'm shooting in these hyper orange environments and I want to kind of balance everything out. I didn't really know I needed bicolor lights, but once you get to using them, very hard to stop. So yeah, this is going down as probably my best recommendation for a light. A little bit more expensive than a traditional 300 watt light setup. But if you're like me and you travel and you're carrying a lot of cases back and forth and you want something that fits in a case, this has been great. I'm gonna definitely look into how it performs long-term because I've had it for about 3 months now and I really, really, really do enjoy this thing. Okay, moving on into this particular case. The reason this case is here is this is the Nanook 935R, I believe, for their recyclable line. This case was sent out to me because I was looking into getting new equipment, and Nanook said, hey, we'll just send you and replace all your cases. So thank you. But Honestly, these are way better than the Pelican stuff that I was using, because the Pelican stuff that I was using was super old. The Nanic stuff that I have has been exceptionally fun to use because I keep all of my gear, and I mean my entire setup for an interview breakdown is in one case. It weighs 1,000 pounds, but it is kind of impressive that it all just works. Now, this case has been my travel case, and when I want to just kind of carry things back and forth, has a laptop slot, has everything that I need. And this case is actually one of the things that I've been using recently in this video. This case, my bigger Nanic case, which I'll link down below, and the Nanic backpack has been incredible across the board so far. So in this Nanic case, let's talk about a few other things. While we're on the topic of super convenient things, this small rig 212 battery that Caleb Pike, DSLR shooter, has designed with small rig has been the only V-mount battery that I have been using. I'm not even lying. This thing has it all for me, and it is huge. Like, I've been doing a lot of coaching calls recently, and I've been powering my camera for over a week of calls, like 7, 8 hour-long calls, 2-hour-long calls. And this thing's like, hey, I'm at 42%. Like, this thing is incredible. It's been really tough using any other V-mount battery because when I have a wedding, which I recently just had, I needed to charge my phone. I left my phone charger. Oh, guess what? I have a V-mount battery that has USB-C built into it. Oh, I need to replace one of the batteries for the Sony that I'm using. Oh, I have a 212 V-mount battery that's going to last me the entire day. Like, I don't have to think about it. And going forward, this has been my V-mount battery recommendation. I know it's kind of a weird thing, but once again, these little pieces of equipment aren't necessarily standalone things. They've just been things that have been combined upon each other constantly that I've been using over the last few months, to where I'm like, wow, you actually have a place in my kit. And I notice that you're there, and I love that you're there. And that is why these are my recommendations. Yo, real quick, don't want to interrupt, but I would like to say that this video is sponsored by me. Yes, my Patreon is kind of live and popping right now, and we're having a lot of good calls. We just had Chris Doe on my call to kind of teach a little bit of everything. So if you're interested in seeing some of the clips that I'm going to be posting from that call, please join. And if you want the actual full call, as well as all of our backlogs from about 8 weeks worth of calls, you can sign up down in the link below. I would love to have you there on my Patreon, where we try to get you, of course, to that next level of business. I was able to scale from about $80,000 in my business per year to over $300,000. And that's my whole goal for you, is to just give back as much as I can. And speaking of give back, we are doing a giveaway. I'm trying to do giveaways every single month, where I just give away these $50 or $100 Amazon gift cards to people who subscribe. It's $15 to get there. I'm just trying to give you all the money that you paid plus some back. September, I'm giving away this full matte box system. Like, I have so much gear that I don't use. This is a Nisi C5 Filmmakers Kit matte box. It's probably like $600. I'm just gonna give it away. I also have stuff like Polar Pro shoulder rigs, or just camera lenses, or these filters, things that people send me that I oftentimes don't really need. I'm just gonna give it to you guys because I really love the support that you've been giving me. And if you wanna keep up with me, if you wanna like be a part of the channel or be a part of the closer knit community, then I would love to see you over there. And if you want one-on-one coaching, I offer one-on-one coaching in case you wanna hop in and let me, kind of have some insight on your business and help you grow personally. Okay, I don't wanna take up too much of the time. Let's get back to the video. All right, let's see what else we got in this thing. For my Ronin 4D people, if you are like me and you are using cinema lenses on your Ronin 4D, Dezio has a newer adapter that is about 4 to 5 times lighter, which this thing is a little brick and this thing is a tiny paperweight. They're almost identical in every single other way. It's going to be very tough to tell the difference, but having the lighter adapter has been really, really nice, because any bit that setup can get any lighter is great for me and my back. But that's a real quick thing that I wanted to touch on. Okay, one of the last things that I want to talk to you about is my travel lights, things that I take with me. So in case you're wondering, I actually leave here to go to New York City in about 7 hours. So I'm kind of doing some late night filming before I get on the road so I can have some footage to edit. But when I've been doing my travels and I've needed, you see this backlight over here? That is an old Amazon light that I've had for a long time. But recently I've been using these Zhiyun CX100s, bicolor lights, USB-C, portable. In fact, boom. I don't want to blind anybody, but you kind of see what I mean. They are really simple. They're the cheaper versions of some of their, I don't even really realize what other lights they released. But I was really interested in these because these are super cheap alternatives to like no-name lights that I've been getting off Amazon, because I can charge these via USB-C. They have a giant battery pack on them and they last for the entire interview for my recordings. So super small, very convenient. And guess what? I'm gonna pack one of these in my backpack and just have it with me when I travel. I don't have to worry about bringing a lot of stuff anymore because this is super convenient. And even though it's not much bigger than this thing, like, yeah, this is kind of nuts. I've been really enjoying these lights from Zhiyun. Like, I don't know. I didn't know they really dove into lights like that, but I'm going to start looking out for them and looking at what they are creating from this point out, because I am looking for convenience. Everything here, everything that I've talked to you about is mainly about convenience for any and everything. So this case, the backpack, the bigger case that I have. In fact, I'm probably gonna do a deep dive run through of my entire new setup with the production van and kind of do some updated videos and stuff on that. That'll be coming soon. But if you wanna see more stuff like that and you wanna see more videos like this, you know, subscribe. I'll definitely do my best to kind of showcase and update you on what I've been using to kind of get the look that I've been getting. But for the most part, this is it. Okay. I've said a lot, but that's all I have for you today, guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you loved it, consider subscribing. I'm bringing you more content just like this every week. So you guys stay safe, you're loved, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.